Hey guys, today I made Speed King, and I'll be using these tools and materials. For reference, I like to use the physical manga and bookmark each time the stand appears so I can be as accurate as I can when I sculpt. I wanted to make Speed King based off the cover of volume 22 of Jojolion because I like the blue color scheme rather than the orange one in the Shueisha color scans. I also like to have the specific references on my computer screen so I can zoom in for the details. To start, I conditioned the Super Sculpey so that it's easy to use. I pulled out my iPad with the reference photo to make sure that the proportions are even for the limbs. I then wrapped the wire base with a thin layer of clay to give it stability. This stand has ball joints, so I cut out the joint areas and added the balls. And off camera, I sculpted each fist and attached them to the wrists. Then I moved on to the chest. I sculpted the shape and sandwiched pieces of clay between the chest pieces so it would lay even. I smoothed out the rough edges and moved on to the shoulder pads. I adjusted the shoulder pieces to size and I attached them to the shoulder. After they were securely attached, I made Speed King's collar. I moved on to the upper torso and made sure it was proportionate to the size. And then I secured it into place just like the shoulder pads and then baked it. I moved on to cutting out the J that is on the chest of Speed King. In the original design, the J isn't there, but it is on the one depicted on volume 22, and most likely it's Jobin's initial. Now that the upper body was finished, I baked it and used a hand drill to drill holes for the wire to hold it up. I made hips so the wire can hold up the body. And painstakingly off camera, I covered the wires with clay and attached them to the hip. I then twisted wire into the shape of the legs and feet and repeated the same process of applying a thin layer of clay for support and the ball joints. I moved on to making the weird circle cages that Speed King has on its hips. I made the process a little bit easier by using these mini circle cookie cutters. Here are close-ups of the progress so far. I drew the torso piece on a post-it and then traced my drawing onto the clay. This helps you get an accurate proportionate shape rather than when you freehand cut the clay. I set the torso piece and some other torso pieces aside so I can glue them later when the sculpture can stand on its own. I put the body together and baked it, and when it came out of the oven, I moved on to making the limbs thicker so it can hold up its weight. I made and then attached the calf guards, and it kind of reminded me when I made do 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 de da da da. Here are some close-up shots of the finished body. To finish off the sculpting portion of this project, I moved on to sculpting the head. I repeated the same process I did with the torso piece with the goggles. I drew the face on the post-it and then traced the goggles onto the clay. I cut it out and smoothed out the rough edges and attached it to the head. I then moved on to the hat that Speed King wears. After the hat, I made the face guards. I covered the neck wire with some clay so the head would be fully attached to the body. I made the flags it holds off camera, and this is what it looks like fully baked. And now that it could stand up by itself, I attached the torso pieces with industrial strength glue. I also used the same glue to attach it to a wooden plaque, and I started painting. And this is what it looks like finished. I had a lot of fun making this one, as Jojolion is getting better and better with each chapter. I made Speed King because I recently hit 1,000 followers on Twitter, and to celebrate and to show my gratitude, I asked you guys what you wanted to see me make next, and Speed King had the most votes. Thank you for watching this process video. Like and subscribe, and remember to follow all my socials to see more stuff from me, and for those occasions when I ask you guys what I should make next. Links are in the description down below, and thank you again. Bye!